Hello and welcome to today's video. Today we'll be looking at the long-awaited health update from Eli Tomac. We'll then get into the new entry into the pro ranks, KTM rider Preston Boespflug. Then we'll take a look at a couple MXGP championship stories. The first one being that Red Bull KTM's Liam Everts, the son of the greatest of all time, Stefan Everts, has signed a contract extension. Finally, we'll look at the details of factory Nestaan Husqvarna's Roan van de Moosdijk's injury. Before we get into the news, we have today's special guest, Jorgen Matthias Talviku. Now, before I get into that, head to the MXNetwork.com or click the link in the description to go grab one of my magazines. I did a full restock on the site. All editions are also on sale for $2.99, so if you want to support my work directly, go snag a couple magazines. Thank you to all of you who already have. It means so much to me. All right, let's welcome in today's guest. Today's special guest is SC Sport Home's Husqvarna, rider from Estonia, Jorgen Matthias Talviku. Hey, Jörgen, how you doing, man? I'm glad to have you on today. For those who don't know you, could you introduce yourself to my listeners?
Yeah, perfect. I'm perfect. Thank you. Thanks for having me. So, I'm Jörgen Matthias Talviku, coming from Estonia, riding for SC Sport Home's Husqvarna team. And, riding for number 108 in AMA Nationals this year.
Yep, it's Husqvarna, not Kawasaki. I was reading a different article about somebody else. Sorry about that, man.
Husqvarna, right.
Yeah.
No problem.
So, my first question is actually old news, but I was at the Motocross of Nations. You were the guy who cased Larocco's leap and broke your femur, correct?
Unfortunately, yes.
Oh my god, man, that was gnarly to watch.
Yeah, wasn't the best.
Yeah, could you take us through the recovery of that injury?
Yeah, for sure. It was my mistake, that it happened, It was bad feeling to let the Estonian team go down like that, but fortunately they still qualified.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke my femur, so I had straight away surgery in USA. So I was quite lucky. I got in the good hospital, and they did good surgery, put the metal inside. So I was I think I was a month or a bit less. Completely almost on sofa regime,
Mm-hmm.
And then I started slowly my physio. I did pretty much 3 months physio, and I was back on the bike in January, so in the middle of January. So it was quite tough road, but at the moment I'm feeling quite good with that injury, and it's in the past. So shit happened, but that's the sport, eh?
Yeah. So, you're kind of an anything and everything motocross guy by the looks of it. You started the year racing British Nationals, then you came to the U.S. for pro motocross. Now you're back in Belgium, I think you said, training for GPs. And then you're coming back to America. What a hectic schedule. What made you want to do this?
That's right. That's right. I mean, living the dream, huh?
Yeah.
Driving around the world, racing dirt bikes.
Absolutely.
That's what we want, huh? So, I started our preparation actually in Florida. We came there for training camp, I think in end of January. So I stayed in USA till start of March. We had good time there, stayed mostly in Florida. And then in the end, last week we were in Georgia. So some really cool tracks there. And then I came back to England. We had some British Championship round, but unfortunately I crashed out in the second race of British Championship in the first round, broke my back. So I was out again for 2.5 months, trying to do physio to be as fast as possible on the bike again. And then, I haven't been much on the bike. I started riding in the start of June. So have done a couple of British Championship rounds and AMAs, so that's it pretty much.
Yeah, well, you're doing really impressive for coming off the couch of 2 injuries in the past year. So, yeah, you were really fast in the British Nationals, it looked. I mean, you looked to be a podium regular guy. What made you want to come to the U.S. after that?
I mean, our team, their main focus has been AMA Nationals in the last couple of years. I did last year also some GPs, and I actually joined with that team in the middle of season last year. So when I basically made the choice to change the team because my dream was always to ride AMA Nationals, and that's what they offered to me. So that's pretty much why the deal happened. And last year I did last 3 rounds. So this year the plan was to do those 2 what we had now, Southwick and Millville, and then last 3 now. So the team is more focused on the AMA Nationals than GPs because it's actually the organization is, in our opinion, way better there, and the sport is peak there. So that's why we do that, and so far it has been awesome experience, to be honest.
So Southwick was an alright introduction to this year's racing in America for you. You went 14th, 16th for 16th overall in the day. Take us through how Southwick was for you.
Yeah, we just landed basically, it was Tuesday before the Southwick, so it was quite difficult to get used to the different time and had a bit jet lag, and the biggest struggle for us obviously is the heat over there. So we had one training then Thursday. We had already bikes there from the training camp from the start of the year. So we had one training day Thursday to try to fix the bikes, get ready for the weekend, and basically that was it. So then I needed to go pretty much through B group in the qualifying. I think in Southwick that was maybe advantage more,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
the track was a bit flat, like that's how Jimmy D put the fastest time, right?
Exactly.
So it was cool, I get used to quite good with the track, I know that there are not so much time in USA in qualifying sessions. They are short and you need to twist it on the second lap already. So I got both sessions my second time. I improved the whole day, so my races went also quite good, to be honest. So I was struggling in my starts a bit, but first race I had like a steady race, did some good passes and finished I believe 14th. So that was quite a good start to our US journey. And then second race, I was actually late in the start for a minute. So I needed to start, I had last gate pick. And then then I crashed on the first lap, so I needed to come through the back. But my riding was better. And I was in the end 16th, so I was quite happy with that, to be honest. That was still quite difficult for us. Especially the first race, the last 5 minutes, I was really tired, But second race, I felt better. So I think I got 16 overall, and I was quite satisfied with that.
Yeah, if you went through all those issues at Spring Creek and still managed to get 18th in the first moto, that's pretty impressive, man. So you're heading back to, you're in Europe now, and you're heading to the GPs. How many GPs do you intend on racing?
At the moment, the plan is to do Lommel this weekend, and then next weekend, hopefully, Finland. It little bit depends how the first weekend goes. So, at the moment, we take step by step, because like I said before, also it's a lot of trialing at the moment, trying to get the bikes ready and stuff. And I'm really thankful for my team to stick behind me, giving me opportunities to ride pretty much everywhere at the moment to get more race time. That's what I need at the moment, coming back from those 2 injuries. So I'm still in the building process, and at the moment we are planning to do two of these rounds. We'll see in the end of the year. Maybe I can do some more in September and October.
So what would be your goals for the remainder of 2023, both in MXGP and in Lucas Oil Pro Motocross? I'd have to say that the MX2 class might be a little deeper than the 250 class here in America. I don't know, but what's your opinion? What's your goal for the year?
It's quite difficult to compare those 2 series. They are completely different. But I have done now a couple of AMA rounds. I start from that, and my goal is to be around top 10 in the round, let's say, result-wise. And I pretty much showed that I actually have the speed. I was in Spring Creek in the qualifying, I was 13th overall. So that was quite impressive for me, and I was really happy I have the speed, and I know I just need to put now everything together to be there in the races also, So my goal is to be around top 10 to try that result. But I always, as we come for let's say some rounds, it's quite difficult to go straight away for the results. You need to get used to the heat and the weather and then the traveling, so I mostly gain the experience and try to improve every round. That's what I'm going to do. And hopefully to find, maybe even some kind of deal over there. That would be my, goal, because I really love racing over there. That has been what I wanted to do. And when I did last year, the first 3 rounds, I mean, the experience was so cool, the crowd over there and everything. So the tracks are so well prepped over there. So I really would like to race there, and then at the same time I do some GPs also, because I try to keep myself in the shape at the moment, try to get more bike time. You never know what next year can bring, hopefully I can have some decent results over here as well. So I don't really know at the moment what to expect from the GPs, because I haven't done these this year so many. So I first try to put 2 decent motor results together this weekend, and let's go from there pretty much.
Absolutely, man. One last question, Erne, Motocross of Nations, you looking to be on Team Estonia again? Kind of get some revenge?
Oh. Yeah, of course. I mean, when they choose me in the team, I'm in, that's pretty much the coolest event of the year. That's always what I want to do, unfortunately last year didn't end as I wanted, obviously, but that's the sport. I gave my best, things can happen. So I hope I can be in the team for this year, and I had some decent results in Erne track over the years, so I really enjoy the track, and hopefully I can represent Team Estonia there.
Yeah, hopefully we see you there, man. So thanks so much for coming on today. I'm glad to have you on here. Hopefully I can have you back on in the future. I wish you luck, and can't wait to see what you got in store for us for the rest of the year, man.
For sure. Thank you very much for having me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Huge thanks to Jorgen Matthias Talviku for coming on today. Now, today's Moto News is brought to you by Sweet Life CBD. Sweet Life has some of the best CBD gummies, oils, and topicals on the market. So if you're in pain, this is one of the best ways to heal up and feel better. Head to GetSweetLife.com or click the link in the description. Use code TMN to get 20% off your order. All right, our first story of the day is on Monster Energy Start Racing Yamaha's Eli Tomac. As you all know, Tomac was inching his way to winning yet another 450 Supercross championship this year when disaster struck and he ruptured his Achilles tendon after casing a jump. Since Tomac sustained this injury, his career has been kind of in question. Will he come back? Will he retire? If he does come back, will he be any good? Those are a lot of questions that have been asked. Well, last night, Tomac released a couple photos of his recovery progress, and just by how far he's coming along, I think he means business and he will be back racing sooner than we expect. Now, here's the photos Tomac released, and as you can see, Tomac seems to be moving it pretty well. This is a promising sign of an earlier recovery than expected. Now, the traditional recovery timeline of a ruptured Achilles tendon, according to MedlinePlus.gov, is, quote, with the help of physical therapy, most people can return to normal activity in 4 to 6 months. Tomac has only been hurt for about 2.5 months. So for him to already be out of a boot and moving like that seems to be pretty impressive to me. Now, on top of the fact that he posted these pictures and his progress is looking good, this also squashes any thought and or rumor that Tomac was thinking of retirement. You can tell he wants to be back really bad. I mean, he wouldn't be working this hard to return this quick if he didn't really want to race and win championships. So, those rumors that a 2-year contract with Star Yamaha might be coming are most likely true. Only time will tell when Tomac will return. Most likely, I'd say 2024 Monster Energy Supercross, but that 2-year contract might be announced soon, and more updates to come for Tomac. Hopefully we see him back racing soon. All right, our second story of the day is regarding a newly entered rookie into the 250 class of Lucas Oil Pro Motocross, the Washington native Preston Boespflug. I think that's how you say it anyway. He has announced that he will be making his pro debut at this weekend's Washougal National. Boespflug joined the KTM program at the end of December 2022 after 1 year with Team Green Kawasaki. This weekend, the KTM Orange Brigade rider will be competing aboard a number 506 KTM 250 instead of his usual number 28. Boespflug finished 5-4 for third overall at the MX Sports Pro Racing Scouting Moto Combine at Redbud earlier this month. At this year's Monster Energy Amateur National Championship at Loretta Lynn's, Boespflug is set to compete in the 250 Pro Sport and Open Pro Sport class, running the number 93. Boespflug said in his announcement that he'd be racing pro this weekend, quote, "Stoked to announce I'll be making my pro debut this weekend at Washougal. Ty Davis, his mechanic, has the bike looking good, and I'm excited to go racing." It's always great to see young up-and-comers making their way into the pro ranks and trying to prove themselves. I personally can't wait to see what this kid's got and what he can show us, so I wish Preston luck. All right, on to our first MXGP Championship story of the day, and it is regarding the contract extension of Red Bull KTM rider Liam Everts. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing took another step towards cementing their World Championship lineup for 2024 with the confirmation of a multi-year contract extension for Liam Everts. The young Belgian will enter his second Grand Prix term with the Works crew alongside his current teammate Andrea Adamo. Now, 2023 is effectively Everts' rookie season as he only raced a couple rounds last year, and he's already impressed with top 5 speed. He's gotten 4 podium finishes, his first MX2 Grand Prix victory of a year in Germany, and he's only a few races into his career. Now, he did recover from a broken finger at the beginning of his campaign last year. That's why he missed a lot of races, so he was out for a while, but he did make himself a regular top 10 guy towards the end of the year, and even logging 4 top 5 results and making it to 10th in the championship. Liam Everts said in his announcement, quote, "I'm really happy to extend my contract with KTM and to have found a home. I'm working really well with the team and have been building my way to the front. The progress we have made this year has been very good and very nice, and to have won a GP already is above expectations. I'm hungry for more. To continue in orange is what I wanted, and now I'm looking forward to a couple more seasons together." I'm glad to see this kid staying with Red Bull KTM. You shouldn't stop something that seems to be working. I mean, if it's his rookie season and he's making this much progress so far, even after injuries and stuff, I think he's doing pretty good. There's probably a lot to come from this kid. Maybe in the next year or so, we see a title contender out of this young buck, so time will tell, but glad to see Liam Everts sticking with Red Bull KTM. All right, our final story of the day is regarding Nestaan factory Husqvarna rider Roan van de Moosdijk. This one sucks to talk about because he was kind of struggling for a while on his new team and new machine, and just as he kind of gets back into his groove, he gets hurt. But that's the nature of moto. Roan van de Moosdijk of the Nestaan Husqvarna factory racing team has just had successful surgery on his collarbone that he broke at this past weekend stop of the 2023 World Championship in Czechia, or Czech Republic, whichever you want to call it. Moosdijk fell in the second race and sustained the unfortunate injury. Moosdijk, who was completing his second term on the Husqvarna, was enjoying a consistent year, way more consistent than the last, and finally feeling better on the bike. He's even gotten a couple Grand Prix podiums thus far and won his first race on a Husqvarna at the Grand Prix of Switzerland, so he was finally getting that progress. Although he's only in 6th in the championship standings right now, and obviously will fall down the order as he recovers, he still proved himself on this bike and finally seemed to show his true colors again. With him out, Nestaan Husqvarna Factory Racing now will be represented by Kai de Wolf and Lucas Koenen, and hopefully a timeline for Roan van de Moosdijk's recovery and comeback to racing will be released in time. Nestaan Husqvarna team manager Rasmus Jorgensen said in the press release, quote, "It is disappointing that Roan had the unfortunate crash in the second race in Czech Republic, but I'm happy that his surgery went well. We cannot wait to see 39 back on the track with his 2 teammates." It really, really sucks to see Roan hurt now. I was really enjoying watching him improve himself week after week, but, I thought we were just getting a taste of the old Roan back. But hey, stuff happens. We're wishing him a speedy recovery and hope he comes back to racing soon. Thanks for watching today's video. If you enjoy my content, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and follow if you're on Spotify. If you want to support me directly, head to the mxnetwork.com and snag a magazine. If you want to get rid of those aches and pains, head to GetSweetLife.com and use code TMN for 20% off your order. Thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.